Blood Bowl. I'm Complacent Badger.
I'm Kilo.
And holy craps, we're back.
I know. Some people like to take vacations every once in a while. It helps us recharge.
Yeah, and had a lot of people getting business done in their everyday lives, so we had to slow the roll. But I feel like we're back in action.
Oh, the action's back. I don't know if I'm in it.
So we're looking at a 70 team value difference for this game.
That's not too bad at all.
We got Re-AWOOO-ken against the Coarse Heirs.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting to see Master Moose back in action. So he's got that high agility team, super strategy, and then we've got Re-AWOOO-ken on the other side of it, where you've got some high value players, and then just kind of some guys who just stand there and take blocks.
Yeah. So getting set up, a little bit of an odd defensive setup for Re-AWOOO-ken, putting those guys on the line there. Pitch invasion. So
well, that was detrimental.
Yeah, that was a lot of pitch invasion. So not only was there a pitch invasion, but we got free blocks because he decided to put those zombies right up on the line. So kind of a rookie mistake there.
Yeah, I don't know if he just didn't see that he was kicking off or what, but...
So getting set up, getting receivers downfield, and then soon to grab the ball. I think he's got a pretty fair pocket because of all these down players, but he's going to hang back.
Yeah, it's a little bit surprising because a lot of those down players are stunned, so they're not going to be active in the second turn either.
Nope. So interesting, looping around and marking this lineman in particular with that werewolf instead of being an aggressor. Maybe he's trying to stop the handoff to a throw?
Could be. I mean, and that's something that Master Moose likes to do, is that 2 or 3 touch ball movement.
It's interesting, though, because he did that and then left this one, the one with pass, completely open.
Yep. But getting a player off the pitch is always a good thing when it comes to combating the Coarse Heirs.
Most definitely. That injury should help out later on. So wrapping up that zombie, getting him nice and tight.
You'd figure he'd do that better with a mummy, but...
So we see some blocks. I honestly do not know what the plan is for either team right now. I think I'm starting to see it, though.
Yeah, trying to get that guy free. There you go. Nerves of steel.
I guess I just didn't understand that left side over there, why he was going so hard for that.
He went full circle on that guy.
Yeah, maybe it was just to clear some space.
Yep.
But
all right.
That's a quick turn 2 touchdown for the Coarse Heirs. I talked to the coach of the Necromantic team, and he definitely agrees with some of the sentiment of some of the other people watching, saying that he has the worst defense in the league. But that's something we can build upon.
Right. I mean, the step 1 is recognizing, right?
Oh man, oh really? Another pitch invasion. But
that's super gross. But now it's the other side.
Yeah,
so.
This time it hit the Coarse Heirs pretty hard.
This might be another quick PD if we can get everything together.
Maybe. The players are primed for it. Granted, Robert's still up, so it's a one-man team.
Yeah, he is. But let's see. It's all about making good decisions. So you have a bunch of players down and stunned.
Fuck it, attack Roberts.
That was...
I love how, like, you summoned it. You're like, now it's about making good decisions. Fuck it!
Yeah. Where it would have been just as easy to box him in almost completely to keep him away.
Yeah. Or just at least mark the ball so it wasn't just a straight pickup.
Right.
Mistakes were made. So, marking the ghoul. Let's see.
Yeah. But I do think that ghoul being all down there by himself he couldn't have marked the ball and picked it up. So I think that's what he was looking to do, was to get that pickup. So he was trying to mitigate that threat up top before he made that move.
Yeah, I'm always a fan of having two people near the ball, so you have one to mark, do all your important stuff first, and then
Right.
grab the ball.
Oh, smashed hand as well.
He's back, though. Use the apothecary to fix him up.
That is the guy you want to use the apothecary for.
Very much so.
But it's always nerve-wracking when you're at, like, turn 3.
That was a 1-die block, and he actually got the stumbles.
That's what, hey, you know what? Sometimes you get lucky.
Yep. Yeah, it's always, the Necromantic coach is always one that you can rely on some wacky plays coming out from left field.
Yeah, and it, you know, they're what you and I would be considering a plan C or D, but a lot of times he brings those up to the surface for plan A or B.
Yeah. I think plan is,
It's a strong word.
Yeah, it's a really strong word. Not that he doesn't make the best out of a situation, but I think plan is a tough descriptor.
All right. Well, I'll try to sell you on it as we move along. That'll be my goal for today.
Okay.
So
I'm open. I'm open to that.
Right.
As we go into this turn 4-2-0. All right. So throwing line blocks, starting it out, and always very much against throwing line blocks as the first.
Yeah.
Action.
But let's, you know, we see where he's got his folks positioned. So he's got everybody on the line because he knows he owns the line.
Mm-hmm.
But what are you going to do with your first move when you touch the ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's...
Ah. So grabbed it and threw it.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what I was going into, is where's the pocket to defend the ball when you get it?
Mm-hmm.
So he picks up, so you've got one guy in the backfield. You pick up the ball, maybe, and then you got to move it somewhere. So he doesn't even leave enough players for a cage,
Mm-hmm.
and that's concerning to me. So if we go, hey, I don't have a very good defense, well, maybe you've been focusing on some offense. And I don't know if I'm seeing that right now. I mean, I like to see that ball movement, but you have to do it smart. There's a difference between fearless and folly.
I think he's still stuck in that that kind of that rookie coach mentality where throwing block dice is a lot more comfortable because you can just see the facings. It's not scary numbers. It's not scary addition subtraction. So you just throw block dice because it's the only thing you understand.
Yep, and that's an easy way to go about it. And he's got the characters, he's got the players to do that, but at the same time, you can't win.
Nice.
Wow, look at that.
That was Viscount Henry Morgan. Badly hurt.
So that's
his last reroll as well, used just right over the half of the first half.
Okay.
So reroll management looking a little shady as well.
Yep.
Because he did use a reroll on that catch over here to that werewolf.
Okay. You really kind of hope that if you use a reroll, it works. But
well, and in situations where it succeeding matters.
Yeah, 100% true.
I don't know if that catch would have changed much.
It wouldn't have, because it was the last move of his turn anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Where was that guy going to go with the ball?
Yeah.
At least he ended up next to it.
Mm-hmm. But you can see Master Moose forming this cage real quick. It is dangerous, though, because he's got these players, and that that failed dodge might set him up a little bit. I don't get it, man. I don't get why the blocks for this guy were important.
Right. Well, it was because it was his biggest guy, you know,
Yeah.
and that's not always the best move. It's tactical than possible.
Yeah. Especially when you're down on rerolls. I mean, all the time you should be thinking about your risk management and your hierarchy of what's important for the turn. But with no rerolls, there's no room for error.
Yeah.
You need that tactical genius. So getting that in the hands. Doesn't look like any players are going to have the movement to catch him. Maybe this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. With a go for it, he can get to him.
But just to mark him.
The second go for it can blitz him.
Okay.
Block him.
And what about the ghoul bottom left?
The ghoul can definitely get to him with nothing else. So it'll probably be a go for it to assist, and then the block. There you go. And then the failed go for it because no re-rolls.
Yep.
And that's the kind of stuff we talk about, re-roll management. It may seem like a really good idea to toss that re-roll out now because, like, I might, it could get me a good situation. It's like, if you're not already in a good situation, just don't use the re-roll.
Right.
Then you get in a situation like that where you could have stopped a touchdown or got a touchdown in other circumstances, but all it was an 86% that failed because you didn't have a re-roll.
Yeah, it's a hard number to fail on.
Because nobody can deny that Blood Bowl is a, pun intended, a dicey game where it's meant to be where there's like a lot of luck factor. But the purpose of rerolls and why they were implemented is because a good coach knows when to mitigate using those rerolls and bring that luck back into his territory by making strong decisions.
Yeah, and I think that I'll get into those things too, where I'll get into my reroll traps where I'm coming from behind and I really I feel like I need this particular play or this particular series of plays to work, or where you're in a you're in a bad situation and you're trying to get out of it and you need a 2-move or a 3 dice rolls to go in your favor. And none of them are too hard, but you're like, man, if this first one doesn't go, then these other 2 don't work. And then I feel like that's where I get stuck on it, where the first or second roll of a 3-roll play fails. And then you're like, well, if now I'm super screwed if this first step doesn't work because I needed so many other things to happen.
Yeah, and there's a couple factors to that. One, if it's like bar none the easiest thing that could possibly happen, then by all means go for it. And if you really need it to happen, or you've got the re-rolls, or there's not a lot of turns left, chuck the re-roll. But another thing is you can usually, not always, but usually move people up that aren't doing anything important to the plan, that don't cause any rolls or anything, and then make a plan for what happens if this fails. Make it a little better of a situation for yourself. And 4th touchdown.
Yep, already down 2 re-rolls.
Yep.
But we got 5 players off the pitch.
Yes.
And one's back.
Yeah.
Carpenter's back.
So he really needs to just be lining up his guys in that elf defense that I like to use. The 2 on the wing, holding hands front and back, and then 2 on the mid lines, 1 step back, holding hands front to back.
Right. And you look at it and you go, yes, he's doing damage with throwing block dice, but what's it changing?
Yeah, he's not winning games.
I mean, good lord.
Well, specifically this game. Ow! That's Roberts. Roberts is mixed next game, so whoever gets to play him gets to play a game without Roberts.
That's super good. That'll change everything.
Alright, so he's got that ghoul picking up the ball right on his side, or rather his end zone.
All by his lonesome back there.
Yeah, which is fine. He's distant enough, but he doesn't really have enough of a secondary defensive line to keep from anybody coming back there. But I think the Corsairs are going into safe mode.
Yes.
They know that they have the win, and they're just backing up. Oh.
Wow.
At least it was a badly hurt.
Yep, because I think he's got two missed next games.
That was another one right there.
I think 3 missed next games.
Yeah. Oh, just penning for days. So it looks like the odds of the Corsairs actually stopping this touchdown are pretty small. The only player that they got that's going to be of any use, that's just a thrower. Yeah, their catcher, Czar Edward, is the best one for stopping this play, and I think he's going to get swamped.
Yep.
Safe. And that's another thing you got to look at. I mean, I know it's a distant thought, but if you're going to go against somebody and you're going to use that blitz, and you have people with tackle, use it.
Yep.
Use the skill. The skill's not worth it if you're not doing it. Like I know you really want to get that hit with that flesh golem, but because you need the star player points with them, but set him up against people who don't. I mean, it's beggars and choosers kind of situation, I guess.
No, you're absolutely right. Is what's more important, him actually going down or the possibility of getting the point for the player?
Mm-hmm.
You have to think big picture sometimes where you go,
And at least on that one, he got a bunch of assists where it was 3 dice, so that that defender down came down, and he was able to get it, and almost got the star player points for it.
All right.
And he's chucking the ball over to that white. I think he's trying to get that white some star player points, it looks like. And then running the werewolf right along the sideline. I think he wants to get one more turn. I doubt the Corsairs are actually going to pick up any players.
No, I wouldn't.
Oh, he is dodging away. Dodging away.
Because he's game like that.
Here comes another one, and nothing. And there's the touchdown.
All right.
Man, that was a brutal game.
Yeah, I don't know if you feel good about having that one touchdown right at the end there.
That was almost a give me after just putting a bunch of elves in a grinder.
Yeah, that is gross.
Yeah, for the Necromantic team, have a plan. Set up. Put tackle zones out. Don't give your opponent free blocks on your line when they're on offense. They're going to break through every time if you line guys up on the line over on the wings right there. That's like defense day one.
Right. Yeah. And just knowing which side of the ball you're going to be on when you start is kind of half the battle. So
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. I don't think that you came in knowing how to run an elf defense. And I think we're in the league long enough to know essentially how to run at least set up an elf defense. Right?
Yeah, and it comes down to, you could say it's one loss, no big deal, but that's a lot of star player points that you're feeding to a team. Your failings not only affect your team, but they affect everybody else's teams. The Corsairs, while you did injure them quite a bit, so we could almost consider it a wash, you did give out a lot of star player points, so that's just making them even better.
Right. Right.
So I hate to come down harsh and do all that, and I don't mean this to be cruel. Just saying, just be cognizant that you're, in game when you're just like, whatever, I've lost anyways, that you're really affecting the league in that way, where you're just letting a team run away.
Yep.
Corsairs did an excellent job, took a beating, and then came back swinging with touchdowns.
Right. My recommendation is maybe some better pads, a second helmet.
Maybe don't give MVP to linemen.
Right.
All right.
There you go.
Thanks for the game. We'll see you on the next one.
Later.